Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on your favorite entertainment news program, Tea Time. Now on today's morning episode, we do have a guest and we'll be telling you about him in a little while, yes. But let me quickly get the usual introductions out of the way. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo and I'm here with the charming Chai Nwakanma and the idealistic Ife Oshinkeye. Hi guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you like your adjective?
Must we always tell you if you like it or not?
Sorry, do you?
Actually,
do you like it?
Yeah, this one is new today.
It's
so
new,
I loved
yeah,
it.
exactly. Thank
Well,
you.
must we tell you?
Anyway, let me ask you, Chai,
Yes.
for the opt-in time or for the end time, did you actually sleep last night or none whatsoever?
I blinked.
You blinked?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
blinked.
God.
It was one of those, like, you close your eyes
I
and
don't
then
understand how you do it though. You don't sleep, you just blink and then all of a sudden you turn up looking this good.
It's power of makeup and coffee.
And coffee, okay. And then you decided to do red today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any?
I was just hoping it'll, brighten up my mood or something. It's one of those colors. No, don't worry, you're safe. No,
Okay.
no. I'm not really spitting fires today or anything. You're safe.
If that feels very left out, let's have a chat with
Ladies and
him.
gentlemen, welcome to the Fashion Police Show.
Wow.
Since that's what we're here to talk
Wow.
about.
Let's talk about what you're wearing.
Exactly.
Well, I'm
Snipes.
not wearing anything. I'm just sniping, I'm a sniper. Bad guy like that, sharpshooter.
I thought you were going to fire
to
spit
know.
for a moment.
Fire speed what?
What, your lyrics?
Nah, not for you.
Wait,
man.
you rap though, don't you?
Exactly.
When you
going
rap
to pay
though,
me?
you might
Yeah.
as well kick it off.
You want me to kick it off for the
Kick
first
it off,
time?
yes. Let's go.
Do you guys
Have your
really want
moment
that?
of
Tea
fame,
time. Go on, use tea
Come on.
time.
It's the hip-hop professional, rhyme spectacular, know the game, so where we run it, if I was an addict, listen, I'm tired of seeing little gimmicks with music that made me sick to my stomach, and they be thinking they're doing rhymes so phenomenal, lyrically, and animals speak like pregnant women so free, like independent check it. I got the style of the rappers want to have, even if the trial 1,000 yet they never get the far, I'm too much, I know, I'm about 1,000 or more, blessed flows like waterfalls and all, best known as an African breed to the core, blood of slavery, stuffing like a menopause.
It's okay.
Now you want to stop me?
No, I thought those were lyrics from yesterday's guest. Were they yeah? Yes.
There were lyrics from yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
that was such a deflation of ego for
No, like, I'm just wondering, like, I wonder if he listens to music. Because I'm wondering if he
All right,
listens
if
to
you
this and
did
said
well.
that to
I was just
yesterday.
like, I didn't want to give you the accolade there and then because I knew you would milk it. Anyway, yeah, you did
Why
well.
don't you
did
like
well.
me to shine, Tokumbo? Like, give me my shine.
Oh my days.
Anyways, let's go
That was
to...
good.
Yeah, so you've got a story for us just quickly before we introduce our guest.
It's just an update on the
Okay.
blackface, two-face thingy going on. And Blackface had an extensive interview with a media outlet yesterday. And he's saying it's beyond him now. He's doing all of this for the music industry. That a lot of people are backlashing him, saying that, oh, he just wants to bring Two-Face down and all of that. But he's saying his major problem, he has revealed the major problem, apart from the African Queen thing going on.
Yeah.
He said when the song Let Somebody Love You, that Two-Face did featuring Kelly Bridget, was released, it was co-composed by Ife Omorogbe, which is Two-Face's manager. And he's like, he wrote that song even before Two-Face started managing, even before Ife started managing Two-Face. So how come he co-composed it? That's just their way of reducing his royalty, and that shouldn't be going on in the industry. So he's speaking up for a lot of other artists that are being cheated, taken out of their privileges or their rights to their royalty. So that is what this is about. And I think I can resonate with that now because I was singing a different tune the last time, thinking it was just for clout.
All right. Ife, thank you very much for that update regarding the two of them. I am sick and tired of this back and forth that is going on. Tomorrow we're going to hear something else. So I don't
today
want to
is
say anything.
I think yesterday was the hearing for the court to throw out the defamation claim Two-Face made, the 50 million naira defamation claim. So I don't know
we'll see how it goes. They'll probably have anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, we do have a studio guest, and right about now, I will introduce him. Okay, so he's a singer, he's a songwriter, and is most known for his participation in the reality contest Project Fame West Africa, and that was in the year 2015, and was also in season 1 of of The Voice Nigeria, which was in 2016, where he finished as a runner-up on the show. He's an ambassador to a major telecoms giant here in Nigeria and made his acting debut on a TV family drama series entitled Battleground. He hails all the way from Anambra State and released his debut single, Fancy You, in December 2016. His other single, entitled Beautiful People, was released in February 2018. With over 95,000 followers on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the melodious singing, often referred to as the ladies' man, Chike.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm fine.
You look like you just came out of the studio.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I can tell. So let's go back to The Voice and Project Fame. I would like to know, if you have to say which one gave you a better platform, which would you say?
Well, I never compared. They all contributed to my career positively at some point.
Yeah.
So it was one step, then the next one.
Okay. So you're on Team Patoranking. How would you describe your relationship with Patoranking at the moment?
Yeah, that was fantastic. We still have a good relationship going on, and it's a relationship I'm happy to have access to any day, anytime.
Okay, but we haven't seen any feature from you guys. What's going on?
Maybe not yet.
Not yet.
Is there something
Yes,
in the
not yet.
pipeline then? The way you see
With
it is like-
Patoranking?
Yeah.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
But do you regret dumping Wajay for Patoranking?
On dumping YJ.
Oops.
No,
Is
I
that
never
like
dumped.
news to you?
No, like
Yeah, that's news.
No, she wanted you on a team. She said
Oh,
she
so
wanted
did many
you.
others. I mean,
Oh, no, okay.
yeah.
Okay,
So
he's cocky.
it wasn't about dumping. It was about making a choice for the game, which I did, and I very much am happy I made.
Okay, so you have a question for Chike?
Cool. So let's talk music.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your inspiration? Because your sound is quite different.
My inspiration is love. My inspiration comes from a lot of artists I listen to. Example, when I say Tracy Chapman, a lot of people don't know, but a lot of younger people don't know. Tracy, yeah, and love and real life stories. I always want to create from something that feels realistic that we go through every day.
Do you know, I saw something on your Instagram page, and I'd like to see you perform that live. That is Let Her Go, Passengers.
Oh, okay.
I know you would do your own thing. Definitely do your own thing. But I just want you to do a rendition of that song on this show again.
At some
All
point.
right, before you do your rendition, let's go on a quick break first of all.
Okay.
Hopefully when we come back, he can do that rendition. So time for a quick break. When we return, we'll be continuing our conversation with our studio guest, Chike. Yes, we'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
Na 500 naira they collect am.
No talk, then go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching PlusTVAfrica's Tea Time, and in case you're just joining us, we're talking to evolving music artist Chike. So before the break, we were talking about rendition. So do you want to render?
At some point, yeah.
At some point, not now.
Not now.
Okay. All right. So why don't you tell us a bit about your background before the competitions started? What led you even to decide, you were going to go on those platforms to showcase your talent?
Yeah, well, for me, before the competition started, I already had a passion for music, and I bugged everybody around me with it. So when I was done with my tertiary education, Covenant University, and there was this audition going on, and my friend called me and she was like, you better go for this audition. You disturbed us for 5 years, so go. And so I thought, so it was the factor of my friends who supported me and thought I should, and gave me the courage enough to want to do it on a national stage, and that was it.
Do you feel by any chance disappointed, you know, that you didn't win?
No, I feel the people voted for who they wanted to, and I also got voted for. But at the end, we only have one winner that goes home with the trophy. So either ways, it had to be somebody.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, that was that it, maybe because, you know, it might have been for a second or so, but the disappointment that, oh, I didn't win.
Yeah,
was
there's always that feeling, you know, because I mean, I went there to win it, but there's always that feeling. But
you get over it.
You forget about it every day.
A lot of people have the impression that Nigerian reality shows are staged, like they already know the winner, and they're not that they're not reality shows like people call them. So would you say that it's fair in Nigeria?
I can't speak for all the reality shows, but I can speak for the ones I've been on. I don't think they were staged. I think if you follow the trends and the votes and everything, you understand that it was real. For the ones I've been on.
Okay, while we're talking about reality shows, then, do you think they are perfect platforms, you know, to actually showcase talent? Because, you know, what comes with reality shows is that there's a lot of added on pressure, which does not come under normal circumstances. So do you think that, you know, they are the perfect... Sorry?
Do I think that what?
They're the perfect tools, you know, to actually showcase talent.
I feel there are different ways to showcase talent. There's the I don't know if to call it the hard core or the hard road way of growing gradually. There's still that one of because I call the reality shows sponsors at the end, because they put things together to put you in front of TV. I think there are just different routes to fame and success and having people hear you out, and you know, it's worked for some people, and there are other platforms that work for other people. So I don't think it's a wrong channel or method, especially being that I'm from one. So first I have to stand by one, but realistically speaking, we have a lot of people coming out from reality shows now and becoming superstars. Yeah,
what I'm saying is that, did you feel pressured at any point in time?
Yes, there's always the pressure. There's always the pressure.
Saying, as opposed to if you had actually planned your own rise, you know.
Yeah, to be honest, I was never at a point where I was planning my own. I knew I wanted to do that, but I had not been doing mine for a while before I decided to go for the reality show. So I really don't have that experience to compare with.
Yeah. So take us through your creative process.
Oh, okay. Studio, not every time. Then I get a guitar. Whatever I'm doing, I need the guitarist around me, because that's one sound that drives my writing. Then I listen to a few of the artists that I try to learn from. And I just write. Whatever I feel like. And after writing it, most times I keep it for months and go over it again. And sometimes change it. Sometimes it gets better. Sometimes it just gets worse.
Now that's
so after a very long time. After a long time. In fact, this one I'm working on now, I had to just say, you know what, I'm going to leave it the way it was in July 2018, because I worked on it like 4 times till now. So I just keep changing it, looking for the words, because I realized that for songs, sometimes it's just one word that resonates with the audience, and that makes the song. So I go through that.
So at what point do you feel like it's ready? You know, it's been baking this long.
Sometimes I don't even get to a place where I feel like it's ready. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? If it's not ready now, it's never going to be ready. So I just put it out.
But do you have like close listening parties where, you know, you just get some of your critics to actually listen to you, to gauge their opinion before you actually bring it to the public? Yeah, do you ever do that sometimes?
Because of the digital space now, or the social media space.
Okay, you just put it out there.
I don't have a physical party, but I send it out to close friends. But for the one I'm about to put out now, I'm actually thinking of having a physical listening party. Nothing serious, just a few of my friends.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the fact that you're diversifying from being a musician to also acting. Okay. So if you have to choose one, which would it be?
I'll never choose one.
If you have to, if you're forced.
I've not had to choose one.
But did you think you were going to get into acting when you
started music? I didn't plan that in the beginning, but doing that now, it's something I enjoy doing. Anytime I get to do it.
Okay, all right. Yesterday we had a guest on the show, and Ife was asking a question about people that sell out. So I wanted to gauge your own reaction on, music artists that sell out their talent. But I think Ife can answer this, or can pose this question better because he was the one that brought up the issue of sellout. So Ife,
how do you mean sellout?
Exactly. That's why I was like, let him define.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, no, I'm talking about inconsistency. A lot of people get into the game, and then you start off as a rapper.
Okay.
Then the next thing we see you doing the old dancehall thing. People see it like, oh, you're getting creative, you're diversifying your craft and all of that. But I don't see it that way. I see if you're a rapper, stick to being a rapper. That's the only way the industry will grow. If you're an R&B singer, stick to being an R&B singer, because a lot of R&B singers now drop it. Inyanya started as an R&B singer, and he's still an R&B singer, but he did Kukere, and that was what made him blow. To me, that's him selling out, but a lot of people won't see it that way. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Would you stick to being an R&B singer, or should we be expecting maybe someday we'll see Chike and bandanas rapping and
Yeah, well, I feel, first of all, I would just like to point out that for Nigeria, if you're not doing Afro-pop or they just think you're doing R&B, first I'd like to point out that I've not put out any R&B track. Actually, by the definition of R&B, we just categorize every other thing under R&B.
So what would you call?
I don't know. It's not R&B.
Okay, so what's your genre of music? For anyone who doesn't really
I'm doing the alternative, high life kind of music.
Okay, but
Yes.
it doesn't
I
sound
don't like
like
that word alternative. What do you guys mean by
Alternative, anything that is not perceived as mainstream. Automatically is alternative. That's my understanding. So I know what R&B is. I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of R&B is purely Western. But if you listen to Out of Love, there's a lot of traditional sound in it.
But wait,
have you listened to Two Face's song? Because Two Face does a lot of R&B songs, it does a lot of Afro-pop songs, and would you say that Two Face does not have an R&B song? You are my African queen. What would you call that?
No, Two Face has an R&B song.
And then you're telling me, well, I don't want to define your music, but I'm saying that to me, it is R&B.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It's a good thing to, either ways, whenever you create something, it's a good thing to have the listeners section it into whatever makes them comfortable. The main thing, what makes me happy is as far as it resonates, as far as it connects, and you enjoy listening to it. Whatever you call it, as far as you enjoy it, that's what's important.
All right, we need to go on a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time to continue our interesting conversation with heartwarming music artist Chike. Stay right here on Plus TV Africa. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofyofobo, Akborobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. Well, I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're still watching our entertainment news program, Tea Time, and we're swiftly moving on as we chat to high note reaching music artist Chike. Okay, so I'm glad I described you that way because
That was high note. That was
yes, because well, I usually do when we have guests. So, but because there's never a time there's always a time when you're singing, or when you're singing, basically, you sing some high notes, you reach some high notes that other artists, I think, can't reach that note perfectly well. So that was why I thought, okay, let's describe you as a high note reaching artist. Okay, so now speaking about high notes, I think it's about time because earlier on we talked about giving a rendition. So I think now is the perfect time before we round up.
There was a request for Passenger.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, just I'm one of those sing-along people that when you turn off the music, I'll start mumbling. Blah, blah, blah. So because I mess up the words. So, Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa, when you let her go. So I'll do 10 seconds because my nose is freaking out.
Do something that's yours.
Oh, mine. Oh, yes. Song I love to do is Out of Love, and I'll play the guitar with my mouth. Dun, 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 dun. So it goes, I thought I was the only one. Say not me, you call your number one. I thought I was the one. Why did you lead me on for so long? Then she said to me, did you even notice that I don't call you anymore? Did you even notice that I don't miss you when you're gone? Seashore cold. Everybody who likes this.
Shut the hell
Oh, chica, this is hard for me to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I've fallen out of love with you. Yep, that's it.
Okay, well done, well
Nice
done.
one.
Absolutely nice.
Nice.
Okay, so I got this impression when we were singing, you know, that like there's
Got the
Chike
feeling.
and there's, you know, like there's someone else. It's like, do you feel like that, like you're one of those people where, you know, this is your alter ego and then you're someone else behind the scenes?
Yeah, well, I think the thing with being creative is, the way I see it is you should be able to, just even like acting, you should be able to play different roles.
Okay.
As far as for me, as far as none of them cut you away from your morals. So for me, it's, I decide to play a role for the message I want to pass. So that's what it is.
Okay,
for me.
but the point I was trying to...
personality.
Oops.
No, I don't.
Exactly. What I was trying to get to was that, you know, some people who are in the limelight, some people who are in the showbiz industry, some of them have actually said on this show that generally speaking, they are usually reserved. But, you know, when it comes to their craft, when it comes to the creativity, you know, you see a different side to them. So I'm just like, are you this kind of reserved person? But when it comes to doing your craft, you actually shine through.
Okay, true.
Okay.
Is growing up and even now, most times I may be in this gathering now and I would just like to be by myself. But I realized that sometimes it will be perceived wrongly for people who don't understand people that behave like that.
Before they think you're antisocial.
Or something, or whatever that falls under. So sometimes you have to reach out to people. You just have to at least give them a chance to see a you that can relate with them.
So my question still goes, are you generally reserved, but when it comes to your talent, you know, you sing out? I mean, you personally, when you're not singing, are you generally reserved,
like in a
quiet?
gathering, like a small party?
No, not even necessarily. I'm saying like generally. Okay,
Generally.
Yeah, like are you more of an introvert as opposed to being an extrovert?
For me, it's just about being around people that I'm used to.
Okay,
if I'm around people I'm not used to, it takes me a little while and if we're together long enough, then if not, then you're probably going to think I'm reserved.
All right, I understand now. Final question before we round up.
A little bird told me that you're a mommy's boy, so like
God, seriously.
I have an amazing relationship with my mom.
Yeah. Because you have that video on Instagram where you were singing.
She calls me regularly.
Oh, that's a little bird.
That's like, that's a little bird. The little bird is up. No, I won't even disclose.
Yeah.
The little bird is up, yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
I can say I'm my parents. You say mommy's boy.
Yes.
Okay, daddy or
mommy's boy,
parents.
so don't worry, it's okay.
We don't pick sides. We're there for both of them.
So you're not mommy's boy?
Yeah, well, my mommy's boy and I'm also my daddy's boy. So I'm just saying, don't keep the daddy's part silent.
The parents.
That's why I said, just don't mute the daddy's part.
Okay. But it's okay to be a mommy's boy, trust me.
Yeah, sure.
I love my mama. I love you, mama.
Everybody does.
All right. Okay, so unfortunately, that's where we're going to wrap up on Tea Time this morning. Join us this afternoon for the latest entertainment headlines and the most interesting analysis by your usual panel of three. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors Chai and Ife, the entire production team as well, and of course, our studio guest, music artist Chike. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'm Takumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching, and in as much as I bid you good morning, I must also bid you farewell for now.